to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set the rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again.
All right. Made it out to the property this morning. I am meeting, as you can see, the guy that's been helping, the neighbor that's been helping with some of the bulldozing work out here. So they got the lane cut in there. So he and I were going to walk this morning and just talk about kind of high spots, low spots, stuff like that, making sure I'm not getting really any pooling water anymore, or not anymore at all. Hopefully next week, today goes smooth, that I'll be having the stone guy come in with, I think, like 6 truckloads of stone. So ought to be about that. I don't remember. It was, this whole thing's like around 200-ish yards long, with an expansion at the back that has some pull-off kind of parking. So that's my main priority of getting out here today, is to do that. I'll probably do a little bit of cleanup. I don't know if I'll put it in before this or after this kind of intro, but we did bring the kids out last week. And actually it's the first time that Steph had been out here as well, seeing this. So we didn't spend a whole lot of time. It was pretty hot for the kids. That's the guy's mini dozer, which is pretty cool. It's definitely seen some work over the years. But yeah, so we had the kids out here last week, and they got to play in the dirt and kind of walk around a little bit. The only other thing I did is I set a second trail camera in the far back end of the woods, so I may put a little bit of feed out there. There's a couple of the does, and I don't know if one of them's older. She's pretty thin, and so I got some corn, and I'm gonna, I think, walk back there and stick it back today. So, but everything's still looking really good. I did bring the brush cutter, that way I could keep some of the growth down that I've already kind of done. And then I think the other thing I'm gonna do today is walk back in here, which I'd already cut a lane, and I think I may want to look and see where we may end up putting some containers. And so I may actually try and cut the next couple times I'm out here, do some land clear here. I think I may want to see if it's possible for them to drop one of the 20-footers here, but I got to see what's going on. So I may be mowing some of this today. That may be the to-do. So I'm going to get some stuff unloaded. The neighbor's supposed to meet me out here shortly and get that knocked out, and then I'll get some other stuff going. sunshine. It's going to be a nice day this morning, but it is getting hot. The next week's supposed to be in the 90s, so we'll see what happens. Stay tuned. Follow along. see, I'll back up a little bit more. So I'm going to see if they can land the container back in here. That way it'll get a little bit of shade, maybe help through the summer as we're working on stuff out here, keep it a little bit cooler when it is like this. Obviously in the fall it's already going to be cool, but I got quite a bit. I need to chop some bigger tree sections up in there. That's for another day. But I think this is an option. Just have to find a piece of a level ground, give you guys perspective. The deer feeder, sun glare, the deer feeder is over there, but came back in quite a ways. I think, so I wanted something with a decent amount of fall as far as vertical elevation goes. This might be an option through here. That drops off quite a ways. I think in the fall it'd be a really pretty spot, and it wouldn't be too far back in to have to get water service and things like that. So I think this might be a good spot, and then pretty protected by the trees. I did walk back here. Did walk back through here, which it looks like at some point somebody cleared a decent amount of this out. The deer have been using this path here. Tell you what, with that leg holster on, I feel pretty tough back here. Oh, speaking of which, I'll lock the truck here real quick. See if I can get it through my, got it. Yeah, that's a game changer for this thing. I was kind of bummed at first when I started looking at the little 4-inch Stihl that didn't have a loop that you could attach a carabiner, and lo and behold, when I went to go buy it at one of the stores, they had it hanging there, and that was that. So this goes in quite a ways. I was trying to see, so this is this way is the drop off. Ultimately, I was hoping to see if I could get to the end of this peninsula that sticks out here to get fall on both sides. It goes back in quite a ways. I'm not sure it's worth the expense to try and get water service all the way back in here, but this is about the end of peninsula, so I think it's going to be waiting till the fall, till all the undergrowth dies back and the leaves come off the trees, to really see what the views are going to be before we can figure out what the best place is. But definitely an option. So, and it may be that we put one up further, and then with a thought we might be able to Airbnb this phase 2 later down the road, is maybe actually putting a second container structure back here to use for Airbnb, but also a guest house. I think what I'm settling on, just from a logistics and working back in, is not doing 40-foot containers, but doing 3 20-feet containers, and at some point I'll get some of that drawn up to show you guys. So headed back out here. So I am headed to the property right now. I just got done shooting a one-day match, which you guys won't hear much about on this channel. That would be my other channel, Design Hunter, if you're interested in outdoor shooting sports. But I had to get that done, and then this was about an hour away from the Birch and the Bear property, and I have some 6x6s in the back of the truck that we went and picked up yesterday, and I need to get them out here, get them dropped and leveled, because next Friday we are going to have a 40-foot high cube container. So the first one of two, the second one most likely won't come until next spring, just in the fact that we're going to use this as a temporary kind of through the fall place to kind of hang out and work out here. But I'm also going to have to get some structural done before we can actually do any type of footings or anything to be able to set the cubes or the shipping containers, I guess. So, and then this will also be the first time that I'll be out here since the stone. So we had some folks down here that were recommended. They brought 5 truckloads of dense road base, and then they brought, to my understanding, 1 truckload of number 53 stone, which is a smaller stone, and tailgated it over the top of the dense road base. So it'll be the first time that I'm seeing that work being done. So I needed to get that done to have a place to put the container, or at least get the trucks back here to put the container. So once I get to the property, I'll give you guys a look as I pull in, and we'll go from there. So much better in the shade. All right. I'm not sure exactly what happened here, but I need to see if this can get pushed and leveled out. I'll have to call, see if that's something to get done before Friday. Otherwise, I'm going to be out early Friday with a freaking rake trying to do this thing. Makes me want to get that blade for the DR, but once this is done, I won't really need it again. So not sure what happened. All right, so I made it out to the property. I've already done a little bit of work, so I'll show you what's going on, what I'm up to out here. So we got a 40-foot container, as I'd mentioned, and we're gonna have to set it on some 8x8s. So had to come up with a way to level them over the 40 feet. So what I have going on, I'll flip this around. I have my phone. See, I don't know if you guys can see this or not. There's some level lines here. You can see maybe the little red clip that I have down there. I'll walk down there. And so I'm taking this measure stick and doing the front and rear points there. I got them lined up. There's a bottom edge that I got lined up. So trying to get these things leveled off. So walk down here. I don't know if this is a great way to do it, but it seems to be working. So you can see I measured that. It was right at 23 from the front. I put this little clamp on there, that way I could see it better in the camera. I got it clamped down here. There's a little angled edge that I lined up at the bottom of that, which is my point that I'm measuring off of. So I've got these outer edges marked. I forgot when I left the house to grab the 4-foot level, but I think for a container, getting it that close is probably going to work. So I got this one leveled. I'll have to grab the front one. I think this one on the one side needs to go down. So super scientific. We'll set that on there. You can see it's a little high on that side. So let me set you down. I'm gonna grab my gloves and we'll do some real fancy leveling here real quick. Let's see if I can get you back far enough y'all can see it. I think that works. Get the glove on the right hand, or the correct hand, which is also in this case the right hand. Move that. I know I'm good on the end towards me. We'll just shimmy this into location. See how we're doing. A little bit more. I think let's go a little bit more. See, it's that end I think we're getting caught on. Whew. And there we are. We're pretty dang good. Drink break.